In this emotionally charged episode of Love Marriage, Huntsville Season 10, Episode 7, titled BeTwan Two Worlds, the narrative unfolds like a delicate thread weaving together personal struggles, lingering tensions, and the fragile hope for reconciliation among the cast members. The opening moments remind viewers that this show is not just about entertainment, but about real people navigating the complexity of relationships, business ambitions, and deeply rooted trust issues that often refuse to go away quietly. The camera pans across Huntsville, capturing the city's growth and beauty, but beneath the surface, the cast members are anything but at peace. At the heart of the episode is the unspoken conflict between individuals who feel torn between loyalty to one side and the natural pull toward independence, reflecting the very essence of the episode's title. As conversations ignite, it becomes clear that old wounds remain unhealed. Subtle glances and silences carry as much weight as the heated exchanges, reminding everyone that trust, once broken, takes more than apologies to rebuild. The drama intensifies when unexpected interactions bring unresolved issues back to the forefront, and what begins as a simple gathering soon spirals into a complicated dance of emotions, pride, and misunderstood intentions. The audience is drawn into the vulnerability of the characters, as they try to balance their public image with their private feelings, and each moment feels like a tug-of-war between who they want to be and who the others expect them to remain. The richness of the episode lies not only in the arguments but in the quieter moments, where pain lingers in the eyes of those who feel unheard, and where joy seems fleeting in a sea of misunderstandings. These dynamics create a powerful contrast that makes this episode both emotionally heavy and undeniably compelling, pulling viewers to lean in closer, knowing that every sentence and every pause might reveal more than the words themselves. The interpersonal dynamics feel layered, with every character standing at a crossroads of decision-making, either to reconcile, confront, or retreat. This first stretch of the episode carefully sets up the emotional stakes, hinting at the possibility of breakthroughs while simultaneously reinforcing how fragile connections can be when history and ego collide. Even as the cast tries to move forward, the undertones of disappointment, betrayal, and doubt color every interaction, making the audience wonder if harmony is ever truly possible, or if this circle of friends and lovers is destined to replay the same painful cycles again and again. As the episode continues, the tension that has been simmering beneath the surface takes shape in conversations that feel both raw and calculated, as though every word has been chosen carefully but still carries the risk of cutting too deep. What makes this installment of Love Marriage, Huntsville particularly gripping is how the cast members, while trying to defend their own truths, end up exposing vulnerabilities that they might have preferred to keep hidden. The title BeTwan Two Worlds comes to life here, because so many of them find themselves caught between conflicting roles, whether as partners trying to protect relationships, as friends attempting to maintain loyalty, or as individuals searching for self-respect in a group dynamic that often challenges one's very identity. During one heated exchange, the rhythm of the dialogue swings between hurt and humor, reminding viewers that even in the most uncomfortable moments, there is humanity, there is relatability, and there is the aching desire to be understood. Each interaction feels layered, like the peeling of an onion that reveals new truths but also brings tears along with it. What begins as a casual attempt to clarify misunderstandings soon becomes a spotlight moment for the long-standing fractures in trust, and the cast members are unable to hide the emotional bruises that keep resurfacing. This episode is unique because the conflicts don't just live in one place, they travel from person to person, weaving a tapestry of overlapping perspectives where no one is entirely innocent, and no one is entirely guilty. The show thrives in this gray area, offering the audience a mirror to their own lives where misunderstandings, pride, and the quest for validation often cloud communication. And while apologies are offered, they sometimes land hollow, echoing with the weight of history that cannot simply be erased by words alone. The atmosphere becomes even more emotionally charged as body language begins to speak louder than dialogue. Crossed arms, side glances, sighs that carry disappointment, all of these subtle cues fill the screen with the unsaid. Yet amid the chaos, moments of tenderness also sneak in, where characters extend grace or choose silence over escalation, reminding viewers that healing, though difficult, is not impossible. This constant oscillation between conflict and compassion keeps the audience engaged, because just when you expect everything to fall apart, there's a flicker of hope that reconciliation might still be possible, if only pride can step aside long enough for empathy to take center stage. The middle portion of the episode deepens the emotional complexity, pushing the cast members into situations where confrontation feels inevitable. Yet resolution seems just out of reach. What stands out here is how every character carries the weight of their past choices like invisible luggage, heavy and undeniable, shaping the way they respond to one another in the present. In one moment, laughter eases the air and offers a glimpse of normalcy, but it doesn't take long before old wounds are reopened, often by a single comment or a misunderstood gesture. The idea of being caught between two worlds becomes more apparent as individuals wrestle with the duality of public image versus private truth. For some, there's the struggle of maintaining a successful front in business or marriage while privately battling insecurities and doubts. For others, the difficulty lies in wanting to preserve friendships even as loyalty to one partner or another pulls them in conflicting directions. The narrative of this episode captures that tug-of-war brilliantly, making it impossible for viewers not to feel the heaviness of divided loyalty. The energy shifts constantly, and the cast seems to hover in a liminal space where every choice has consequences, and every silence speaks louder than words. Conversations that might have been small disagreements in other contexts become magnified here, because the history behind them is so layered with betrayal, reconciliation attempts, and unresolved anger. As a result, the episode functions almost like a mirror maze, with every character facing different versions of themselves reflected back in the reactions of others. The drama isn't just about it's about how much of the past lingers unspoken, how much of the pain is still fresh despite the passage of time, and how impossible it feels to build something new when the foundation is still cracked. And yet, amid all this tension, viewers find themselves rooting for at least one breakthrough, for at least one pair of cast members to rise above the noise and reclaim the love or friendship that first brought them together. The stakes are higher than ever, not just for the couples at the center of the show but for the group dynamic as a whole, because trust among them is like a delicate web. One wrong move and the entire structure could collapse.